Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Heiko Shaves. My name is Heiko, and today, as you can see, it's really high time for another shave. Again, I want to go down my comparison request list, and I've looked for a comparison request that is a little bit more in the aggressive realm or very efficient razors, because I think I have 4 days of growth. It almost starts feeling like a beard rather than stubbles when they get soft, then you're entering beard territory. That's what a night shift working and a couple off days do to you. I just turn lazy and then stop shaving. Anyways, what are we going to do today? So let's first make sure my phone is silent because I know how that goes. All right, that's done. The two razors that we're going to be using today are of the adjustable variety. And I have been requested to review the Konsul versus the Yaqi Torqx, which are both slant razors and both are adjustable. They are very different in appearance, obviously. This is extreme slant and this is a very mild slant. Not mild in shaving, but mild in angle of slanting. So they look very different. One is made by Rex Supply Company here in the United States. This one is a Yaqi, Chinese made, both adjustable, both stainless steel, 316L stainless. We're going to be using brand new Wilkinson sword blades. They're already sitting here. I'm going to combine this with a pre-shave from Sterling Soaps, which is a huge chunk of soap pretty much. So let's keep that out and put it there. And then we're going to be using the German Street collection by the Tailor of Old Bond Street. That's the name. Tailor of Old Bond Street, matched up with the aftershave balm. All right. And I've already mentioned in my previous video that someone commented that it's not a good idea to use a shave bowl that's completely white because then you can see the lather really well. So I bought this little puppy here. It's kind of the same shape as my previous one. It is still kind of light colored on the inside, but that's really the only one that I could find that kind of was like attracting me to it. And as you can see inside, it's very like textured, has this pattern in it, which will help with the agitation in the lathering. And brown color at the bottom, it's not glazed, so it's very rough in texture, so that's easy to hold on to. Of course, if I drop this, it's going to be broken. So we're going to use this and see how it works out. I will put a link down below. It's from Amazon. I think it's a Link Idea. What's the brand name, if I'm not completely mistaken? Here, let's look it up real quick. In my order history, I just punched in the search for a shave bowl and then Link Idea ceramic shave bowl, and it was really inexpensive too. It was like, I want to say $20. Oh no, $11. So the inside is a non-coated or non-shiny surface with this texture, and the outside here as well. So we'll see if that works. You guys let me know what you think about it. All right, so I think we should maybe start putting some razor blades into those two razors here. Typical two-piece kind of arrangement. That's the Yaqi Torqx. Let's grab a blade here, get it out of the wrapper. The Wilkinson sword blades don't have any wax on it. These have been one of my favorites for a very long time. Here's the top. Just drop the blade on there. I've noticed that the shank is a little tight around this blade, so they could have made this maybe a hundredth of a millimeter thinner and the blade would slide on a little easier. All right, and then like this, and then we need to push it together and then tighten it up. All right, and we are at setting, what are we? Oh, I don't think I have to loosen it up. It's not a Wilkinson. It's not a Gillette, I would say. Number 1, okay. And now we're going to do the same with the Konsul. Like I said, made by Rex Supply Company. I mean, most everyone has heard of Rex Supply and Razor Emporium and their line of razors. They are definitely heirloom quality, very precision made, good quality razors. The alignment tabs on this one are a little short, so when the blade is just resting on it, they are not interfacing the blade. So you kind of have to eyeball it, then put the razor on there. Yeah, see? Sometimes I just can't get it pushed on. Here we go. And then you need to tighten that up and tension the blade. That looks good. Yeah, so both razors are loaded. So we're currently here also setting 1. It goes a little bit below. Setting 1 has a little red dot there. See that? On the Yaqi, it's a little harder to see. It's all just engraved or machined into the handle up here. The numbers are pretty small and the dot on the adjuster is even smaller. The Rex Supply, definitely a little easier to see. There are engravings at the bottom of the base plate on both. Here it just says DLC Yaqi and that's it. There is no serial number. On the Rex, they put on made in United States or USA, and then Rex Supply on the other side. And it has a individual serial number. So in the future, 40 years from now, you will be able to find out when this was made and all that history behind it. So appreciate both of those razors. They are really great. I can tell you that already. So then we're going to grab my little ShaveNation.com soap scooper. Here, the soap definitely needs to be used up. It's been sitting here for a long while. I've used it quite a bit, scooped out a little bit. Now we're going to squeeze that into the bottom of my new shave bowl. Throw the spoon in my sink so that the rest of the soap can get loose and get off the thing. And then we can put the soap container out of the way. All right, here we go. So that is what that looks like. I am going to use my fanciest, most expensive shave brush I have, which is the Simpson M7 with a sovereign fiber made in England by hand. It's a synthetic knot. I really like it. It has the right length of handle. You're not dipping your fingers into the soap all the time. All right, and now we just need to do the pre-shave, which is really easy. I just get a little bit of water out of my sink, put it on my face, just a little bit, then grab this huge puck here. Unfortunately, it's really big, and then just rub it on. They could make this half the size, or a round shape, or a cube shape that may or may not be in use by other companies. The shape, the cube, by PAA. It's a little, little large, but I guess it's easy to produce that way. And you get a lot. You get a lot of pre-shave soap for the money. I mean, this is a huge pug, 5.5 ounces, it says, and it's mentholated. So then I take a little bit more water and just rub it in a little bit. It even lathers, almost. Here we go. All right. So pre-shave's on. Soap is in the bowl. Oh, now I have a little bit slick hands, and I don't want to drop my new shave bowl, the fancy $11 shave bowl. Here we go. Brush dipped into water, and we're just going to go right in here. And this is already starting out really well. And then we can dip into my water and hydrate this whole thing a little bit more. Yeah, good size, good size. It's already going over the edge here. Yeah, it's the light sandalwood scented German street collection by Taylor of Old Bond Street. That is a very traditional old company. If I'm not completely mistaken, they have been around since 1854. 1854, that's a long time. And making really high quality products. They have all kinds of different scented soaps and aftershaves and stuff. Simpson also, they have been in business for, it feels like forever. Handmade shave brushes from England. Every single knot is still hand tied. Not cheap. I mean, this is synthetic knot, so this is one of their cheaper ones, but I think it was 70 or 80 bucks. I'll put some links for everything down below. Usually put affiliate links down below. So if I put an Amazon affiliate link down below, it doesn't cost you anything extra. It's the same price, but I get a little commission for bringing you to the product. And then that commission can be used to purchase more shave gear. So I was talking about the membership on YouTube. Sorry, I haven't gotten that started yet. I don't know what you guys think about it. Nobody has said anything in the comment section. So I'm a little hesitant, I don't want to feel like I'm asking for your money kind of deal. But I think I support a few channels on YouTube myself. You know, a little contribution a month, and if a few people do that, it makes it much more easy for those channels to produce their content, buy projects, buy the materials they need and all that stuff. So, you know, anyways, look at this. I'm lathering much longer than I usually do, just because I want to see how this shave ball works out here with this rough textured inner surface there. Holding on to it is pretty easy. I like that. I don't want to put a shave ball on the countertop in lather. I know some people do that. But here, look at all this. All right, I think this should be enough for now. Don't want to overdo it. We're not here for a marathon of lathering, but for shaving. All right, pre-shave already in the face, lather on the brush. Let's transfer it over. We're just going to paint it on so it doesn't all come off and end up on my t-shirt, which it usually does. Look at that. And the scent of this German street collection is just very nice. And there is a lather falling. You can see how long my stubbles are. They're literally sticking out of the lather. Look at all that. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's clean that up a little. Don't want to eat it. Yeah. Very good, very good, very good soap, very good pre-shave, a little menthol in it. So I'm going to do right side Torqx, left side Konsul. Let's crank it up to, it goes to 6. I mean, this one here goes to past 6 and you can keep turning it. So it goes to 10 almost. Let's go to 6. 6. And the Rex Konsul, crank it up to 6 as well. That's officially its most aggressive setting. All right, and now we're gonna do a gentle with the grain. Okay, let's try this. Oh yeah, here we go. Sharp blade, really large blade gap. I will put links to both products down below so you can look up all the geometry. You know what kind of blade gap you will find in setting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have this all listed. This is at setting 6, guys. This is pretty much as high as you can crank it. On this one here, we can go a little further past it, but you don't want to go too far and then it loses its spring tension, so to speak. But look at that blade gap. Alignment is great, by the way. Blade tabs are completely covered up. I really enjoy this Torqx. This is very efficient. This is very efficient. I have a good amount of blade feel, but it doesn't feel like murderously aggressive. It's not like I'm scared of using it that way. So 4 days of growth. And it's almost clean. I'm serious. This is amazing. There's barely anything left. All right, and now the Rex Konsul. Both razors are pretty radiused, so the blade gets put under a lot of tension, at least in a radius. The slanting, of course, gives it the extra torsion tension in there, and this one has a little bit more than the Rex Konsul. But let's see how that now compares, how that feels. Also, setting 6. I remember when I started out with this channel and Rex Supply or Razor Emporium met Pisarcik, he was nice enough to send a Rex ambassador to this beginner shave channel. And that razor scared me because it was so aggressive. Even at setting 1, I felt like it was so aggressive. I think if Matt Pisarsik, hey Matt, if you ever feel like sending another ambassador over for me to try out again, now 2 years into my shaving career, I think I would completely review this differently. I'm not saying that this is a mild razor. This is very efficient as well. Huge blade gap, as you can see. Takes the stuff off really quickly. I think I nicked myself here under my nose. That's probably when I went this way. The blade gap is just so large that my little hump there under my nose fit right in there. So let's not do that again here on this side. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think it's a better idea to, with such an aggressive setting, to go with the grain up here for the first time instead of going across. And I've shown this before, this little rocking motion helps to get under the nose and you don't have to go across. And yeah, it worked. Yeah, one little nick here on the Torqx side, but that was just technique, I would say. Let's do a quick little inspection. This is even on both sides. So the aggressiveness or efficiency, even the shave feel, I would say this feels a little milder, a little less bladey than this. And that might have to do with just sheer blade exposure. So I always like to do this here. So if you can create a virtual line between the comb or the closed comb and the top cap, and the blade protrudes past that line, which this does, it's a positive exposure. If we do this here, cap to base, or comb to cap, this is also slightly positive, but less. There is less blade exposure here on the Torqx. So that's why it probably feels a little less bladey. All right, we're going to lather up one more time, as we always do. Yeah, other than under my nose, because I was too eager. We don't have any issues yet. No blood has been drawn. Oh, we can lay it on thicker here. Still stuff in my shave bowl here. Don't want to waste anything. Look at that. Oh my goodness, is that good? That shave cream is really good in lathering, in scent, in texture. Very slick. But at least in this Taylor of Old Bond Street soap, I always get a little bit of a burning sensation from the product itself. All right, second pass across the grain. We're going to just stay at setting 6, I think. Now that the stubble's mostly gone, it really feels mild. It really feels like it just slides over the clean skin. Yeah, very good. Very good. This is very nice. At setting 6, and again, a year ago, I would have never done this. I would have probably like, oh, let's do a 3 and then a 2 and then a 1. Now you're getting the full 9 yards here. I'm shaving at setting 6 and it's very, very doable. Good. Very much enjoyable. And that is the nice thing about an adjustable razor. If you feel like, oh, this is way too aggressive, just dial it down. Sharp blade is also important. There's always this discussion going on about, oh yeah, this blade is more comfortable or this blade is more aggressive. I think really personally, if a blade is built to a standard, so they are all 22 millimeters wide, exceptions apply. So there is some razor blades that are wider than others, as we just recently established. But if you get a standard width razor blade, and they are 22 millimeters across the board, and they are sharp, they will not pull on your stubble. They will actually cut it off. If you buy a razor blade that is less sharp, it starts tugging. It starts pulling on your stubbles, and it's like someone is pulling your hair, you know? That's the sensation. So I rather have a really, really sharp blade, like a feather, like a Wilkinson sword, the Gillette Silver Blue. Very surprising to me, was really sharp. Persona Super. There are probably a bunch of other razor blades that are falling into this category as well. But I rather go for the really, really sharp ones because I don't want the tugging. If I shave off 4 days of stubbles, I want that to come off without much fuzz and pain and pulling. And yeah, that's why even here at setting 6 on those two relatively aggressive adjustable razors, so on this razor here, as you can see, it's a relatively low profile head. This one here overall is really tall. With a Rex, I can easily do this rocking motion and still feel the blade, and I know where the blade is. With this one here, I have a hard time, and the blade really touches here, so it misses a lot. So if I want to do the rocking motion and really get under my nose, this works out much better than this one. But what I also can do on an adjustable, so we're at 6, let's crank it down to 2, close up this huge blade gap, and then I can go, you know, under my nose, and I have no problems. So that is really the nice thing about having an adjustable razor. Any of these here, if I put the Rex down to a 1, it also becomes a relatively mild razor. It's not like level 1 on my 1 through 5. I would probably put the setting 1 at a 2 compared to other razors because it still has a positive blade exposure. So if I do the test here again, there's still blade sticking out past that imaginary line, so to speak. So it's a positive blade exposure even at low settings. Whereas if I put this one down here to, let's say, a 1, there is no more blade exposure. It doesn't catch. And that makes this much milder in lower settings and less blade feel than the Konsul. So the Konsul is to be enjoyed with responsibility and care. So it is a little bit more efficient even in low settings. But as you just saw, you can crank this up high settings and still safely shave. And we have now a 2-pass shave that is pretty much 100%. There is, if I would go against the grain, of course, we would still catch something. But then in my face, on my skin, I have the problem that I probably cut too low. And then the stubbles, after the skin relaxes and recovers from the shave, the stubbles end up below the skin, and then I get ingrown hair. So I don't do that. I do 2 passes, and it has served me well now for the last 3, 4, 5 months, and I can only recommend this. Find a razor that within 2 passes takes it all down, and skin is happy. The soap did a good job protecting me. One little nick that already has stopped bleeding, so we don't really need to do anything about it. Let's rinse off. Very, very good. Very good. Nice scent. Very traditional. The sandalwoodsy. I don't even know if there's sandalwood in here. Lots of leaf juice. Shea butter. No, seed butter. What's seed butter? Nobody knows. Yeah, I should have looked at the scent description, but I'll put a link to this down below so you guys can check it out. I really like it a lot. Let's grab the aftershave balm here. Luxury aftershave cream for sensitive skin. Squeeze out a little bit and then just rub it in. Also very nicely scented. Rehydrates the skin. No alcohol, obviously. I like to combine aftershave with aftershave balm or aftershave cream, as they call it here, because you first get a little bit of the alcohol burn. It just disinfects and pulls everything together, and then I put a cream over top of it. But I think we're fine doing it this way. I wanted to give you the latest prices for those razors. That's why I have my cell phone here. I always like to do that, give you the latest and greatest. So Razor Emporium is the place where you can buy the Konsul. They also have a Konsul XL, which is a longer version of this. They just recently changed their webpage. Now it's a little bit more confusing to, navigate the webpage. I don't like it as much as the old version. All right, so here is, so they have the Ambassador, as you guys know. The Sentry is a non-adjustable one. Also slant, we have that sitting here. And here is the Konsul slant adjustable stainless steel double-edged safety razor. And it is a little on the pricey side. So don't be shocked if you take the standard one, no blades, just the razor in a box, $499.
Quick update from Editing Heiko. I went to the Razor Emporium webpage one more time, and there must be something wrong with the listing for the Rex Konsul. So when you first pull up all the Rex Supply razors, it shows the Konsul for $499. But when you actually click on the listing, that's the funny thing, it still shows up for $499, but then you can choose if you want to have 5 additional Rex blades or none. So if I click on none, suddenly the price switches to $349, which is more in line what I was expecting. And when I click on 5 count of Rex Supply Co blades, it's suddenly $501. So no blades, $349, 5 count of Rex blades, $501. So that's $152 for 5 razor blades. I don't know, that there's probably something wrong with that. I will send an email to Rex Supply and ask about that, because if the razor with no razor blades costs $349 and you add a 5-pack of blades to it, it shouldn't go up by $152. I don't know what you guys think, but that's pretty pricey.
It used to be $299, $295 prices. It qualifies for free shipping. That's good. So it's gone from $300 to almost $500. Yeah, that is pretty pricey. And now I'm going to give you the latest price of the Yaqi as well here. There it is. The Yaqi Torqx. Oh, oops. If I could type, Yaqi Torqx is $165. So one made in China, one made in the United States. Both heirloom quality, I would say. Thicker handle here on the Konsul side, has this kind of pine cone design handle, which is really nice. I mean, this is some fancy 5-axis CNC machine knurling, whereas the knurling here is more traditional, can be made with a lathe. A little simpler, but overall kind of same concept. Much more slanted, but a little bit milder because of the less blade exposure. Weighs 109 grams, the Torqx does, and the Konsul weighs 107. So weight-wise, they're the same. One is a little longer, the other one is a little shorter. Much more expensive, $500, $165. But, it is what it is. And everyone has to decide for themselves what they want, how much they want to spend. But both of those razors could be your only razor, and you could pass it down to your grandkids. I would say. Love them both. Very good. In both cases, they have nicely rounded over edges here. You know, just the shape lends itself to that. Very, very good. Alrighty, guys. I hope you enjoyed our little comparison between the Rex Konsul and the Yaqi Torqx today with German Street Collection by Taylor of Old Bond Street and a good old faithful Wilkinson sword, plus my now really messy looking new shave bowl. $11. I'll put a link down below. This is really good. This is really good. And the inside texture really helps with the lathering. So I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Leave your recommendations down below. If I did something wrong, let me know. If you don't like what I'm using and you have other recommendations, let me know down below as well. And if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.